All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the regular session meeting for July 18th, 2023 at 7 o'clock. I call this meeting to order. May I have roll call, please?
Mayor Orndorff.
Here.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Here.
Vice Mayor Sui.
Here.
Commissioner Watson.
Here.
Commissioner Romanek.
Here.
I'm supposed to have Pastor Myers, and I don't see him. Oh, there he is. It's in the back corner. Pastor Myers, if you could deliver the invocation followed by the salute of the flag, please. I don't have my glasses on. I apologize.
It's all right. So bow your heads with me, will you please? Father, we thank you for tonight's meeting. We thank you that you'll give them the wisdom today that the city may grow and develop for tomorrow. And that, Lord, all the proceedings that take place tonight, you have your watchful eye on it, that we may be an advancing city and not a retreating one. So we thank you for that. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This meeting is being conducted in accordance to the Open Public Meetings Act of 1975. Was advertised, posted, and made available to the public as required by statute. The municipal clerk is directed to include a statement in the minutes of this meeting. Madam Clerk, are there any changes to the agenda?
No, Mayor.
Thank you. Presentations, please.
Okay, we just have the promotion of Cody Miller to Police Sergeant.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for coming. Obviously, my public speaking is my best attribute that I have. So, with that,
That was perfect.
so usually what we have here is we usually have the officers that are getting promoted. We ask them to write a short bio, and in the bio they usually put lots of words. They try and get the chief or the commissioner to trip up and sing. So tonight I rewrote it, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to mess up on it. So obviously we had a recent retirement, so that makes room for the promotion for the rank of sergeant. And today we have Cody Miller. You want to come forward here, Cody? Promoted to the rank of sergeant. Sergeant Miller graduated from the Gloucester County Police Academy in December of 2017 and was assigned to the Patrol Division. Sergeant Miller served as one of the department's field training officers, training new officers who recently graduated the academy. In October of 2022, Sergeant Miller was transferred to the Criminal Investigations Division, where he investigated major crimes within the city. He was also presented with the Civic Service Award by the Millville Chamber of Commerce at last year's Pride in Millville event. Sergeant Miller is an active member with the PBA and is known to support his community through various fundraising and awareness events in which he and his friends host in Millville. Sergeant Miller resides in Millville with his wife Janelle and is the father to Cade James Miller and Odin James Miller. You're up.
That way your dad can get some good pictures. Here. Okay, raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Cody Miller,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established
to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the
of
duties
police sergeant
of police sergeant
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my
So help me
ability.
God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sign there, please.
Proud of you, boy.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
There you go.
Well, the chief held his own, so now I get to stumble. First off, congratulations, Sergeant Miller. I like this. Seems like we're doing this a lot here. I'm getting to know most of yous. I believe in yous. Sergeant Redden, he's off to retirement. We got patrol officer Kim Hall back. She tried to leave. I guess it wasn't right. She's back. Congratulations to Detective Shipley on the new addition to your family. I have to take a chance whenever I do when I got everybody together to just reach out to everybody.
Congratulations.
Once again, thank you everybody for coming. I really appreciate it. I hope you know that I appreciate it. If you need anything, reach out. Thank you.
Do you want to pay the bills? Because that's what's next. We'll let everybody. You're welcome.
Hey, long time no see. Yeah, we're good. Miss you. Yeah. Yeah, good to see you. Take care. Hey, see you later. Take care.
Ship. Ship.
All right, Doc.
How are you doing, Mike?
This is how you
I would usually stay here all night, but maybe we'll.
see you over there.
She love her. What?
You have to hold the baby.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't you want to know the baby?
I didn't want to know. Why would I hold the baby?
She is a new one. She's only a few weeks old. All right. Well, congratulations again. That's awesome that we're making promotions in our departments. But we'll move on to the bills.
Make a motion to pay the bills.
Second motion.
Motion and second to pay the bills. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
To minutes, please.
Make a motion to approve and dispense with the reading of the following minutes and to proceed with the regular order of business, January 7th, 2023, on June 7th, 2023, regular meeting.
Second motion.
I have a motion and a second on approving and dispensing minutes of June 7th, 2023 regular session.
I just want to let you know I separated them. I think.
Oh, but it's all one.
I
Oh, wait,
think
he
the
didn't.
mayor was not. I don't think you were at the June 7th. So
I wasn't at the 7th.
okay, so you can
I'm not going to
abstain
vote.
if you
Yeah,
want.
I'm going
Okay,
to
great.
abstain on that one. But
Okay.
the 20th, I was at the closed
Right.
session.
I forgot to tell you that earlier. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was aware. Thank you. So both of them at the same time, so
Well, then we have to combine.
do we need,
No, you were only abstaining from June 7th, right?
correct.
And she broke it down to.
And she broke it into
Right.
two. So we're gonna have a roll call on the June 7th, please.
Okay,
Thank you.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Abstain.
Okay, thank you.
Make a motion to approve and dispense with the reading of the following minutes and to proceed with the regular order of business. June 20th, 2023, closed session.
Second motion.
A motion and second to approve and dispense of minutes from June 20th, 2023, closed session. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Thank you. Okay, public comment on agenda items only. If anybody in the public has a comment on agenda items only, please come to the podium, state your name, address those comments, and please leave them to comments limited to 5 minutes, please. Excuse me. All right.
Good evening, Patricia Kears, 409 Peach Drive. I just have a procedural question, I guess it is. On the ordinance for the second reading for the Sports and Entertainment District, is there some reason that wasn't done 2 weeks after it was introduced the first time?
Yes, because that ordinance had to go to the Treasury Department and had to be approved by the state.
And is that why it was published?
The state
twice?
wanted to have it introduced first, they wanted to review it and approve it, and then after they had done that, then it actually had to go to planning board, I believe.
It did,
Another
yeah.
step, and so that's why it's finally ripe now for second reading.
Is that the same reason the land use isn't on this agenda? Same thing
Same thing.
follows?
We have to do legal notices to
Okay.
the municipalities.
Okay, thank you.
Seeing nobody else, will close the public comment on agenda items only. Move into letters and petitions and letters, please.
I just need a motion to receive and file resignation from Charlene Johnson from the zoning board.
Make the motion.
Second motion.
Motion and second on item number 1. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 2 is, I just need a motion to receive and file resignation from Robert Moore from the planning board.
Make a motion to receive and file petition letter item number 2.
Second motion.
Motion and second on item number 2. Any comments?
Yes, we thank Mr. Moore for his dedication and service to the planning board.
Yes, thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. And I just need a motion to receive and file a letter from Mayor appointing Thomas McGinty as a Class 4 member of the Planning Board with a term expiring November 15th, 2025, filling the unexpired term of Robert Moore.
Make a motion to receive and file petition letter item number 3.
Second motion.
Motion and second on item number 3. Any comments?
Yes, Mr. McGinty is a positive addition to the planning board. We welcome him to the planning board.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Reports of Commissioners. Commissioner Romanek.
Yes, Mayor. Welcome, good evening all. I'd like to announce that zoning board next will be on August 3rd at 6 p.m. and planning board will be August 14th at 6:30 p.m. Volunteers are still needed for alternate positions on planning and zoning boards. The volunteer or vacant or alternate positions are widely needed and very important to those boards. Update on the lead inspections will be coming the next meeting. We do have a list of abandoned properties is being actively made in and throughout the city, and that will be coming in short time. So we are gaining traction on that. Other than that, that is all that I have this evening. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Commissioner Hewitt.
Yes, thank you. I'll shorten this up a little bit on my comments this time, but I know there are probably a lot more people watching. My report this evening, I want to address the following issues. The Department of Public Safety is hard at work on a daily basis and performing their jobs well for the citizens of Millville. We are very busy as a city with all types of events going on, which I will touch on later. Please understand that social media is not a way to report a crime or an emergency. Call the MPD or the FD via 911. I do oversee these departments, but I am not the person to contact in a serious situation. The homeless situation needs to be addressed. The problem isn't going away on its own. With that said, I spent some time around the city and everything the past few weeks. The city has experienced a lot in the last month. With that said, I will do all I can with the chiefs and command staff in public safety to be as proactive as we can to make a difference. At the same time, I must say, I have every bit of confidence that MPD is doing all they can within the laws that they must follow. In the last few weeks, I personally have attended throughout the city doing different things. We had a great 4th of July celebration. Thank you, everybody involved. 4th Friday, that was a rain date. The following week, I started there on that evening. It was a very good turnout. Seemed like everybody was having a good time. Then I headed over to Hankins Pond. Sadly, that was a gathering and discussion about our city and what's going on here in our community. In attendance were community leaders, no need to name them, but key to this gathering, there were parents and kids. The county prosecutor, county sheriff were there, along with myself and the community policing unit. I understand everybody's busy, but this is one event I felt was a priority for the Board of Commissioners to attend and show their support. When that ended, I headed back to 4th Friday to spend some more time there. That was cut short by a fire call. I was glad to attend the PAL Fishing Kids Day, Hankins Pond, this past week. Had a great turnout. The kids fished the whole 3 hours. They caught a lot of fish. We even had a guess the commissioner's age contest. Commissioners have heard this already. Some people have. One little girl guessed my age at 99 years old. Her cousin saved the day and guessed 58 years old. Then it just went crazy from there. That event was also attended by Millville PD, school resource officers, and community policing units. I've been to the firehouse at night. I've seen pickleball games for kids in the neighborhood. Mayor Orndorff has been there to tour the department, along with Commissioner Watson and his family. Vice Mayor Suey has been there. Commissioner Romanek reached out and invited the PD, fire department, and EMT staff on July 4th over to his church picnic to pick up some platters. That was greatly appreciated. That's enough of that. Now, on to the so-called expectations of the residents that will call me or call me out on Facebook. If residents are parking on sidewalks or curbs, example, on East Main Street, Broad Street, call the PD. The PD will respond the same way as if I was to call them or a resident does. If someone thinks they hear gunshots, call the PD. I see it all the time, posts on Facebook. Did anybody hear shots? My Ring doorbell says shots nearby. Where are the police? The police does not respond via Facebook. Sorry. I get calls from residents wanting to know what's going on when they hear sirens. It's not my job to tell you that. It's not the PD's job either. I do get notified of bad issues when they happen, but that is not for me to pass on to the public. Information on this is being investigated during that time. It is also not this commission's responsibility to answer questions to the public. That said, people feel they should be told everything. That is not the police chief or my decision. Public notifications, sadly for shootings, stabbings, and deaths, are the responsibility of the Cumberland County prosecutor. Myself, I mentioned this in the work session. Everybody's here. Commissioner Sui, I'm glad you're feeling better and here with us.
Not sure I am.
You're not sure. Well, I'm going to make it quick and we'll finish up. Call to action, call to request. Yes, we have an increase in crime in Millville. There are many contributing factors that we need to work together on. In the police department, we have instituted walking patrols, bicycle patrols. We're building a list of problem properties. But we need to collectively have a call to action. One department will not solve these problems. My department needs help from the other departments. Commissioner Romanek, work with you and your department on a list of properties, increased demolitions and code enforcements, which you just announced that you are already working on that. Mayor Orndorff, again, work with your department where we need to cut and clean properties. It's not your department's entire job to do that. And problem properties the city owns. Commissioner Watson, like I requested during the work session, work with you and your department. You guys are out all around town. If they see a problem property, let me know so we can add it to the list. Also, the fire department has been requested that they do this. Vice Mayor Sui, you hold the biggest key. We will need help to figure out the best ways to fund the demolitions and cleanup, whether it's through the budget, UEZ funds, or CBDG, and help us develop next year's budget with these needs in mind. It's crucial that we all work together on this. I believe if we do work together, we can improve the safety for the citizens of Millville. It is what we promised when we ran. Any ideas are greatly welcome. With that, unless anybody has any questions or answers, I would like to make a motion to receive and file fire department reports for the month of June 2023. Millville Fire Department Rescue Squad. Rescue Squad responded to 677 calls last month. On an average, that's 22.56 calls per day. Fire Department responded to 159 calls, average 5.3 per day. That doesn't count inspections, which they performed a total of 124 inspections. Life hazard, non-life hazard, complaints, permits, re-inspections, and residential smoke inspections. Make a motion to receive and file these.
Second motion.
A motion second to receive and file the fire department reports. We have EMS, fire, and inspection reports. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Don't know if we want to do what we did in the work session and make any comments before moving on to Commissioner Watson, but did you want to make any comments? Or did you make yours again? Okay, we can make them as we go along. Or Commissioner Romanek, did you have any comments to add? I know you mentioned your.
No, I do not.
Okay. Commissioner Watson.
Here's a report for Streets and Roads for mid-July. Streets and Roads is currently working on the permanent road repair for the water utility. Hope to have the totals at the end of this month. Streets and Roads is also working with engineering to take care of the issue behind Planet Fitness. The issue is with the retention pond. We've been getting a lot of phone calls asking about the brush, seeing brush throughout the city on the curb line. Loose brush can be placed out to the curb the last 2 weeks of August for September's collection. Our Vactor is out cleaning and rodding store basins and moving along as fast as we can. Roadside grass cutting in the industrial park was complete, and our street sweeper is trying diligently to sweep other streets throughout the city when possible. As we went over before, it's very restrictive on what we can do with that. I would like to congratulate Chris Finch as he received his Recycle Coordinator certificate, but his graduator's coming up October. I look forward to having him here and maybe presenting something to him. So good job, Chris. Congratulations to Sergeant Cody Miller and the Millville Police Department. And with that, if anybody has any questions or concerns, please contact Streets and Roads, 856-825-7000, extension 7388. And also, if you have any issues, you can also see me every other Tuesday or whenever the dates are for this meeting. Come up and talk to me. I'll follow through. I always get your call back or your phone numbers to follow up. I do my best to get back to you efficiently. With that, thank you.
Thank you. Vice Mayor, yes, it's your turn.
All right, let's give you some updates first. The city of Millville applied for a revolving fund, filled out a revolving fund application for more improvements at the sewer plant, and we're seeking up to $2 million. And Commissioner Watson had mentioned that at the last meeting, so he's looking for savings there. And while we do utilize that fund, we will continue to do so. And he informed me today of another couple $1 million that are available if we can come up with the right project.
Utilize those grants.
I'm just going through this all. I don't want to read everything here. We'll be here for 6 years. At the airport treatment plant for water, there was a fire on the emergency generator, which caused the destruction of the generator. The fire department responded, shut down the generator. South Jersey Gas locked the device out. So this is a clear and present danger, because if we don't have that well working, that treatment water working, we won't have enough water for that side of town to put out fires and provide drinking water. So what we're doing right now is we're renting a generator at the cost of $7,000 a month, which is a lot of money. So we're putting in for an emergency replacement for that generator. As that comes up, we will either bond or whatever we have to do to pay for that generator, fairly large generator. Myself and the engineer and the administrator met with the DRBA to discuss drainage problems at the airport. There's a 54-inch storm line that runs from the airport, runs towards Pareca Drive, causes flooding in that area with all that water running out. We presented them with some options that we thought were viable. They're supposed to get back to us. I'm not real optimistic they're going to be cooperative. Every time we go to a meeting with them, there's 2 lawyers there, and even when the other people say, yeah, we can look into something, they come up with about 1,000 reasons why they can't do something. But we'll see what happens. And as you guys know, the lease will be expiring in approximately 5 years, and soon we'll have to make a decision whether we want that airport back or we want the DRBA to continue leasing it. So if anybody out there wants an airport, feel free to give us a call. Let's see. Laurel Lake roadway improvements. So engineering is developed, I've been talking about that for a while. That was one of the campaign things that we talked about. Developed a bond cost estimate for road improvements on various roadways at Laurel Lake. So bonding is being evaluated in the amount of $400,000. In other words, what can we do for $400,000? Engineering will design the plans, provide the specifications in engineering to adhere to the bond funds that are available. So we hope to get that along. That's an underserved community, along with the water project, which we have also applied to DEP for funding. When those projects are done, it should add a substantial amount of value to the property there. I want to talk about the vacant and abandoned properties for a minute. In conjunction with the fifth floor, we've been working to develop the list. I know Mr. Davis is at meeting, I don't know if he met yesterday or next week with finance, and also a meeting with the attorney, so that if you can recall, several years ago, we used to have hearings to get people to fix up their properties or take their properties or demolish their properties or whatever. So hopefully that'll be starting again soon. I know we're working on that process again. There's 2 articles in the ordinance that allow us to do that. We're exploring both of them. We're going to use both of them. Let's see. Property sale. We got rid of a bunch of city-owned properties, and we netted $294,000. So I forget exactly how many we sold. 27 or 20. Anyway, the building behind S&J Pizza that has a tree growing through it went for $71,000. So it's good news for the city and good news for us. Unfortunately, we can't spend that money till next year's budget, but at least it'll be there. Let's see. No, that's all for now.
Okay, all right.
Oh, I got to report the file too. Forgot about that. Where is it? So I had to read
Tax collector report.
Tax collector's top page.
Boy, when I don't feel good,
I remembered.
hard to concentrate. Yeah, the tax collector's report for the month of June. Make that motion.
Second motion.
A motion and a second to receive and file a tax collector's report for June. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Thank you. I don't want to repeat everything that I said, and I know Vice Mayor kind of just touched on a few things, as Commissioner Hewitt brought up about working with our department. I'll start back with, because I know a lot more people watch this, just to reiterate, if you need to contact one of us, please don't reach out on Facebook. Please contact the city directly, email us, call City Hall. That is not the best way to contact us. I know I get a lot of invites for events, and I usually respond as to, right then and there if I'm able to, but if there's an event you would like to have a commissioner at, please email us so we can get that, email and we don't miss it. I know that Commissioner Hewitt brought up the Hankins Pond. I did let the people that were hosting that event know that I was actually out of town, so I unfortunately was unable to be there, and I let those appropriate people know. You brought up the homeless issue again. I mentioned at the work session that is just an issue that is an ongoing, not just city, county, or state, it's a countrywide issue, and that is something that's going to be an ongoing project. Vice Mayor did mention the land sale. I mentioned that earlier, as Commissioner Hewitt mentioned, working together in our department, we have the cut and clean. So with the sale of 20 plus properties, we'll have a lot less properties that our department's going to have to, cut and clean. And we just, again, ask that if you own a property in the city of Millville, please take pride and clean it up and keep it cut. I think that's everything that I wanted to touch on, again, just for Commissioner Hewitt's comments. To the Parks and Recreation Department, we had our first week of Play Streets that happened last week on a very, very hot Wednesday. It was a huge success, and all the children had a great time, even the adults too. We would like to thank many of the partners. Samantha Cruz and her team did an amazing job planning that. That street was packed with vendors and things for the kids to do, and it was just wonderful to see. I took the day off, as Sam asked me if I would dress up as a mermaid, and I said, of course, I know the kids get a kick out of when there's characters there, and I had so many kids come up and, just excited to see a mermaid, and then they were like, are you the mayor? And I said, yes, and I think that when a child does that, it gives them a hope that, wow, she's a mermaid, but she's the mayor. Like, I hope that just inspires a kid to say, I can do whatever I want. Nobody can stop me. And I hope that they live those dreams. We had the fire hydrant open up at 12 o'clock, the kids playing in it. So it was just a great event. And I hope everybody can come out for this week as well. So that brings us to this week's every Wednesday for the next 5 weeks. Play Streets takes place from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Pine Street between 2nd and 3rd. It's tons of fun. Just bring the kids out. Everything's free. There was Wawa out there. There was books. There was, what's her name? Terry's Critters. Is it Terry? Tori. I know it was a T, but her critters scare me. I don't go anywhere near them. But they had a lot of fun. Christmas in July, a sidewalk sale will be held this Saturday, July 22nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. along High Street. Stop by and do some Christmas shopping in July. I know my kids would tell me exactly how many weekends until Christmas. Someone don't say it. I don't want to know. So get your shopping started. Next, Fourth Friday will take place July 28th at Buck Park from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Another great event that the city holds. Come out. There's free, there's vendors, music, treats, and so much more. It's a great event for the city. It's a family event, so come out for that. Just want to touch on a few last things. I wasn't here for the last meeting, and I do apologize. I was all outside in the heat for the 4th of July, and I don't do so well in the heat for a long period of time. But we had a really great 4th of July event. The field was packed, the great vendors, everybody was involved. Shout out to the Parks and Recreation Department. They were out there just put a lot of work into it. And everybody that was there, I thank everybody for coming out and supporting it. last week I was invited to New Jersey Motorsports Park for an event that they had. They're just trying to get more involved in community and do things around the city. They hosted a fundraiser, and everybody knows I'm an advocate for New Jersey Make-A-Wish. They raised $20,000 in just 2 hours over there. And what I like to say about that, it's a great event to bring the motorsports community, who a lot of people don't live in the city, to meet the people who live in the city. And we had a lot of great people who came out. And from that, we had Mission Spirits now wants to host an event with another community member from the track. So people from out of the state want to get involved with our community and help have successful events and see our businesses thrive. So it was just another great thing that's happening in the city. I think that's and on Sunday, I just want to shout out to the water department. We had a ruptured water line, and these poor guys were in the pouring rain trying to get water out of a hole. I don't even know what they were trying to do, but it was kind of like defeating the purpose. And I just want to thank them for what they were doing. I actually went and got them all lunch, so I just appreciate your department as well as everybody's, and they were right in our development. So there was residents without water for a while, and again, I think it's important to show your appreciation. If you're able to do it, pay it forward. So I thank the guys in the water department for their time on Sunday, and I know they were back out there on Monday. So thank you. All right, I think that's everything I have for this evening. And we can move on to ordinances under the second reading, please.
Item 1 is an ordinance amending the Millville Municipal Code, Chapter 81, Sports and Entertainment District, to remove Block 124, Lot 16.04.
Make a motion on ordinance in the second reading, item number 1.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second on ordinance under the second reading, item number 1. There's a public hearing on this. If anybody has any comments, questions, or concerns, please come to the podium. Okay, seeing nobody, will close the public hearing. Any comments of commissioners?
Yes, this was a long process going back and forth with the state. They finally approved it in the end. They wouldn't quite tell us what they wanted, but they kept sending it back, telling us what to change. So, we did that, a lot of work with Mr. Russell and a lot of work with Administrator Campari. As it says, it was part of the Sports and Entertainment District, which limited the development there to sports and entertainment, another track, whatever, hotel. So now this will open that up for other developments, including, commercial development or warehousing. And, I know we've heard complaints about warehousing in the past, and people talk about all the stuff that Vineland has. Well, that's one thing they also have. It's a lot of warehousing, because those tax dollars pay for a lot of other things. So that's why we explore those issues. And that's it.
Thank you. May I have roll call, please?
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 2 is an ordinance amending the City of Millville Municipal Code, Chapter 46, Personnel Policies, adding Article 38, Dress Code Policy.
Make a motion.
Second motion.
A motion and second on ordinance number 2. There's a public hearing as well on this. If anybody has any comments or concerns, please come to the podium. Seeing nobody, we'll close the public hearing. Any comments of commissioners?
Yes. Speaking, with my department, Streets and Roads, it's very important that the appearance of, our employees when they're out, they represent the city of Millville. I think this is something good, just a reminder, take pride in what you look like. People are watching all the time. So, thank you.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Ordinance is under the first reading, please.
Okay, item 1 is an ordinance authorizing amendment to Motor Vehicle and Traffic Regulations, Municipal Code, Article 10, Schedule 21, to add parking reserved for handicapped persons at 305 South 5th Street.
Make a motion.
Second motion.
A motion second on ordinance number 1. Comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Consent agenda items, please.
Okay, all matters listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the Board of Commissioners and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless the governing body a member so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. Item 1 is a resolution approving a discharge of mortgage executed by Yolanda and Angel Jimenez for property located at 1131 Hansbridge Road, Block 346, Lot 4. Item 2 is a resolution authorizing the tax collector to cancel certificate of sale 19-00100 struck off to the City of Millville on January 31st, 2019, and add back to the tax records the amount of the charges included at sale. Item 3 is a resolution authorizing special assessment of municipal liens for certain properties due to expenses incurred by the City of Millville relating to cut and clean, plus administrative fees in accordance with Chapter 11, Article 6 of the Municipal Code. Item 4 is a resolution authorizing adjustments in the tax and utility records. Item 5 is a resolution canceling certificate of sale number 17-0036 and authorizing refund in the amount of $243.71 to Commerce Limited Partnership due to deed interpretation error. The correct owner of record was not updated back in 2016 and was not noticed of the sale in accordance with NJSA 54:5-27. Item 6 is a resolution canceling certificate of sale number 18-00047 and authorizing refund in the amount of $296.17 to DMI-99-9 due to a deed interpretation error. The correct owner of record was updated back in 2016 and was not noticed of the sale in accordance with NJSA 54:5-27.
Make a motion to approve all consent agenda items.
Second the motion.
Have a motion and a second to approve all consent agenda items. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Resolutions, please.
Okay, first item is a resolution authorizing filing an application with the U.S. Department of Justice Bureau of Justice Assistance for funding under the fiscal year 2023 Local Justice Assistance Grant Program and authorizing a shared services agreement between the City of Vineland, City of Millville, City of Bridgeton, and County of Cumberland for such funding.
Make the motion?
Second
the
motion.
motion.
I have a motion second on resolution item number 1. Any comments?
Yes, this is a repeat of last year's JAG award that we receive every year.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 2 is a resolution authorizing approval to submit a grant application and execute a grant contract with the New Jersey Department of Transportation for the project entitled Pleasant Drive Roadway Improvements.
Make the motion?
Second the motion.
A motion second on resolution number 2. Any comments?
Yes, I'm going to abstain from the vote as my parents live there, and I don't hear any crazy people complain about it.
Okay, thank you. Romanek, you had a second, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I have a motion and a second on item number 2. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
You said
Abstain. Jesus.
Commissioner Watson?
Send him home, he's not feeling well.
I have to abstain.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 3 is a resolution authorizing submission of an application for DMHAS funding for the Millville Municipal Alliance for grant term year 2 from September 1st, 2023 to September 30th, 2025 in the amount of $9,970.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
Motion second on resolution number 3. Any comments? Joe's not here, but I just appreciate everything he does for the Municipal Alliance. He's always out there. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 4 is a resolution authorizing a professional services contract pursuant to a non-fair and open process to Root Associates Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $14,600 for the preparation of the 6-month deviation report and annual compliance certification beginning July 18, 2023 and terminating on July 17, 2024.
Move the resolution, and I have certification of funds in the amount of $14,600 signed by the CFO.
Second motion.
I have a motion and a second on resolution number 4. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 5 is a resolution appointing Ricardo Lim as a regular member of the Millville Zoning Board of Adjustment to fill the unexpired term of Dante Land with a term expiring December 31st, 2026.
Move the resolution on item number 5.
Second motion.
Motion and second on resolution item number 5. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Thank you. New business? We don't have any.
We have none, Mayor.
Thank you. Public comment portion, if anybody would like to address the commission, please come to the podium, state your name, your address, and your concerns. Please limit those comments to approximately 5 minutes.
Greg Kears, Peach Drive, Millville, obviously Millville. First, I wanted to say shout out to the Millville Rescue Squad. I was hiking out of Union Lake today with my dog, and I saw them responding. It looked like a state employee went down with something, and I mean, it was awesome. So I mean, this is an organization that's doing a great thing, and shout out to, I mean, I know Commissioner Hewitt helped get it together, and shout out to Chief Feltus. He was there. I mean, they were kicking butt. It was efficiently done. It was great. I mean, yeah. My second thing is I was curious actually about the wheelchair ramp out in front of City Hall. I know the funding's there now through the grant. So I guess, is there an actionable plan now in place?
September, the funding's available.
Oh, so is there an actionable plan then so we can hit the ground running in September?
There is a plan.
What's the plan like?
I'd have to
What's
talk
the
to
time
engineering.
frame? What is it?
I would have to talk to engineering.
Okay. Could you email me that information possibly? Just
Possibly.
curious.
When I get it.
Thanks. My other question on that, I guess you can also ask engineering, because I asked a friend of mine who's a civil engineer. It's very cost effective. Had the city considered just injecting cement to raise the levels? Because that's like very, very inexpensive, and it's a lot cheaper than a rebuild. And it's something that could have expedited the process, I don't know, last year, because I was in a wheelchair last year, literally on this day, because I remember I picked my dog up on this day. And I was still able to get in, but it was within a month that that ramp closed. So we're coming up now in a year. So that's why it's now a year, and there's been issues in the past with downstairs not being accessible during public meetings. So that's why I wanted to bring it up. Thank you.
Thank you, Kurt.
Seeing nobody else, will close the public comment portion for this evening and go to closing comments of commissioners, please. Mr. Romanek?
Yes, everyone, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And just a quick reminder that there's 22 weeks until Christmas, because it is Christmas in July.
I love that everybody has a sense of humor. Thank you. I'll send you my shopping list.
North Pole, please. Santa, please.
Is that where you live?
No. I'll CC Santa.
Commissioner Watson?
Yeah, streets and roads. Got to be out on the job site with you guys, past week, and everybody had their PPE on. Everybody working hard, and they were actually in good spirits. Got the chance to talk to the guys, so good job to them. Congratulations on, for Sergeant Miller and the police department. That's all I have. Have a good night.
Thank you. Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes, Greg, thanks for the shout out to EMS. They're always there. Play streets tomorrow. Gonna be hot, bring a lot of water. Unfortunately, we don't have a dunk tank.
What?
No, it is down and out.
Hopefully it's getting clean before National Night Out.
That one's not cleanable. Hopefully, we can get some money together to buy another one for events down the line. So it's public safety. We'll have the fire department out there, police department, and rescue squad. Like I say, bring a lot of water. There'll be water there, there'll be everything there, and we'll see it all out there. That's all, Mayor.
Thank you. Vice Mayor.
Yes, Mary Messick and Robert McQuaid instituted an ambassador program where they would communicate with people in the community and bring their problems to the commission. And many of those problems concerned with public safety, of course, and they're asking for a commissioner to be on it. Seeing how most of their problems in that area, I would hope that you could do that, Commissioner Hewitt. I am pretty busy trying to get money when you needed money for the firemen. We temporarily stole a spot from the police station to allow for those vacancies to be filled. We also stopped paying a gentleman that was terminated or was under disciplinary charges for terminations for a period of 2 years. Before we took office, the city was paying that guy for 2 years. So we got him terminated and we got the money so that you could hire another fireman. I know you're working on filling those spots now, so hopefully they will be filled soon.
Should be filled by end of this week.
So that's finally getting done. We are continually working. Sam Cruz is learning all she can about the UEZ grants so we can facilitate those grants ourselves, take those over. Mr. Davis is busy with CDGB grants and other grants, getting money for that we've been using for various things, including the rescue squad demolition, which we just had the pre-demolition bid again for the rebid. So that should be getting started up again. Additionally, we have some improvements to the website. We have 2 properties in particular. If you go to the economic development page of that now, you will see properties for sale. So you will see that 10 Buck Street, the blue building, 10 Buck Street, you will see an aerial drone video of that going down there, as well as 25 Airworks Street. No aerial drone video there yet, but they will be listed. Additionally, they are being listed nationally on a database so that developers can look and see. We will be taking RFPs for certain developmental projects very shortly. I don't think we started taking them yet, but I believe it's coming pretty soon.
I think the RFP may have been
Yeah,
issued
has it
for
been
10
issued?
Buck Street.
Okay. So there you go. So we're working to get that stuff back in public hands, developed, make it a very useful work on Buck Street and the riverfront to allow more use of that land there, more use of our facilities. And with that, progress.
Thank you. Just to touch on the CDBG with Mr. Davis, I know when we got into office, there was money that had not been used that we were at risk of losing. And he's been working like $300,000 that we would have lost, and we had to find a way. We utilized it. We needed to come up with a plan for that money so we didn't lose further funding. So Mr. Davis has done all the reports that he needed to get filed and figure out and get submitted to that, so we can continue getting money to fund different projects throughout the city. So just a good shout out to Mr. Davis, and it's just being consistent and getting everything that needed to be done in a timely manner to them so we don't have less funding coming to the city, because I mean we utilize it as much as we can. It really helps with a lot of different projects as far as our cut and clean and abandoned properties and things like that. So it would not have been good if we lost all that funding. I just appreciate, again, everybody's support. Please come out to the play streets. I know it's hot out there, so shout out to all the city guys that are working out there. It's brutal, so stay safe, stay cool, stay hydrated, and thank you guys for your service. If anybody needs us, please contact us through our city website, through our emails, call the city. Facebook is not the way to reach us. We try to be personal and be friendly, but for those cases, please reach out to us personally through the city. Again, I appreciate everybody's support, my commission, everything. Thank you guys for working together and continuing to be the team that we are. I hope everybody comes out in 2 weeks and everybody has a great evening.
On Wednesday.
What was that?
On Wednesday.
National
BTM.
Night Out.
National Night Out is on a Tuesday, so it is August 2nd
Second.
At 6 o'clock work session, 7 o'clock regular session. Just need a motion to adjourn this evening.
Make a motion.
All in favor?